Ms. Joan Pereira.
Mr. Speaker, members of public have been providing feedback on near misses or reckless behaviour of active mobility device users to the Land Transport Authority through phone hotlines, online feedback forms, social media and mobile apps like mytransport.sg or One Service. LTA also receives feedback from members of Parliament as well as community and industry stakeholders. Persons involved in such accidents should immediately file a report with the police. LTA carefully assesses all feedback to determine the follow-up actions required. LTA also uses such information to enhance its enforcement, public education and engagement efforts. For example, such feedback helps LTA to identify the hotspots to determine the appropriate enforcement efforts. LTA also shares the information with the relevant active mobility patrol teams so that they can patrol the area more frequently to engage the community and distribute educational materials.
Ms. Pereira.
Thank you. I have one SQ. May I know under what conditions, how severe the situation has to be in terms of number and severity of accidents before the ministry will consider banning PMDs on pavements or footpaths, which France had just done. Many of my elderly residents, when they walk on the park connectors, they don't feel safe anymore. Not just the elderly. In fact, a lot of residents, when they meet me in the park connectors, they just feel so dangerous. So I hope SMS can consider.
Mr. Speaker, I understand the member's concern about safety of pedestrians, especially of her residents. I do share the same concern as well. But if we take a step back and look at the entire landscape, footpaths forms a significant part of our connectivity network, connecting from point A to point B, from homes to places of work, places of schooling, as well as recreation. And if we do disallow active mobility devices on footpaths, basically what it means is that active mobility users will have to operate on roads. And that actually poses more risk to both the active mobility users and other vehicles, including motorbikes, cars, lorries, trucks, or even buses. And we all understand that the severity of injuries, should an accident happen on the roads, can be even more serious and fatality more likely. And this is the reason why AMAP, after extensive public and stakeholders consultation, has decided to allow active mobility devices to be used on footpaths. So therefore, banning the use of active mobility devices on footpaths is actually not the solution. We do agree that active mobility plays an important role in our vision to making Singapore a car-like society, and we should instead cultivate a culture of graciousness, responsibility and respect in sharing the use of our common space.
Engineer Dr. Lee Biwa.
Thank you, sir. Just now, SMS mentioned that there are many ways that a report can be made about accidents or near-miss accidents. I would like to ask SMS, during the last 6 months, how many reports of feedback has LTA received? And compare the previous 6 months, is there an increasing trend? What is the trend? Thank you.
I'd like to thank Engineer Dr. Lee for the clarification. I do have the exact figures, but based on what I have shared in previous parliamentary session, there is indeed an increase in number of feedback received, as well as the number of accidents over the past 6 months. And therefore, we are stepping up our effort in public education, in stepping up enforcement action, as well as implementing the licensing regime for e-scooters, and that will be enforced from 1st July 2019.